What's up, seven-figure ad hex group? This is going to be another training video for you guys. And in today's topic, I'm just going to cover allocating the right budget. And when you're trying to scale, what to look for and what sort of feedback to expect when you're trying to scale your ecom brand to that next level. So without further ado, I'm going to bring out the handy dandy whiteboard here so I can create a visual picture for you guys to pick it up and implement for yourselves and your brand today. So before we get started here, right, I'm pretty sure you're familiar right now, but the way I like to set up my campaigns when I take over a client's ads is simply this three-step campaign setup. So all it is top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of the funnel. Pretty sure you guys are familiar with this already if you've seen my posts in Facebook groups. And the reason why I do this is simply to systemize traffic. So here in theory, right, we have all three campaign setups, and all they're going to do is simply going to turn a cold prospect into a lifelong customer by this three funnel process, right? So at top of the funnel, all we're doing here is building social proof by testing various audiences, various ad creatives, and various ad copy. And over here, our objective is just to build the right formula and the right structure to turn cold clients into clicking on the website. And then here at middle funnel, our goal is to simply get the consumer to be so self-aware with the brand and be wanting to buy the product that they're going to end up purchasing. And for whatever reason they fall off, then we have the bottom of the funnel to then retarget them and turn people that may have added to cart into customers when they purchase. So this right here is just going to systemize traffic completely. And top of the funnel, our goal is to build social proof. Middle funnel, simply playing on that top of the funnel. We're just going to take winners and move them across all aspects of the funnel process. So with that being said, right, how do we allocate the right budget? So typically I like to look at scaling ads as a decentralized system. So let's say, let me erase this for you. Let's say we have $1,000 to spend for ads specifically, right? So you could do one of two things, right? You could scale vertically, which I notice this typically doesn't work, but I know a lot of beginners do this. So they have $1,000, and what they're going to do, they're going to put all that $1,000 into one ad campaign specifically. So we're going to have ads right here, and this is going to be $1,000 just filtered into it. And there's going to be a lot of cons when you're trying to vertical scale. And the cons, the biggest thing right here is less likely to scale because you're simply just lowering your CPMs, right? We're going to be lowering our CPMs here because we're simply relying on one system to bank off of it. Well, what I like to do, right, is create multiple, let's say right here, multiple architecture, a decentralized system when it comes to ads, right? We have one ad right here firing off, we have multiple. So it's like, I know my handwriting sucks, but in theory, you have multiple campaigns firing off and you're more likely to be able to scale because you have a decentralized system. So when we're horizontal scaling, all we're doing is we're taking the winners and we're moving them we're duplicating the ad set and just simply increasing the ad budget. And so the way I like to allocate the right budget. So if something's winning, I like to set up and typically spend at least a minimum of $100 per day. Only on the winner and we look at it. So we have $100 spending per day. And we look back at the feedback and see what's winning, what's working, and what sort of purchases are we getting. So $100 per day, and you set that up into multiple pletras of objectives and campaigns. So this is like the horizontal scaling model. And typically we want to have our budget allocated in this 5 to 15 mark where we're going to duplicate it. So if we're spending so if we have $100 per day and we're getting a lot of positive, we're seeing positive ROAS, and typically you want to duplicate it next and then increase it by 5x or 15x since it's already winning. And by doing that, right, the algorithm fires off of what you're feeding it. So if you're feeding it $2 and it gives you back $4, and then you want to scale it and try to take it to the max where it falls off. So Typically, right, I found that 5 to 15x is the range you want to be at when you're implementing and increasing the ad budget. And with this, the algorithm's going to fire off correctly. If you overspend and do like 20x, algorithm's going to get confused and of course lower your ROAS. If you do less than like 5x, then you're not giving the algorithm enough to work with to then scale your business, right? So typically, right, if we're starting out, we have $1,000 to spend, that's our budget. So we're going to allocate at least 15% of that at top of the funnel just for testing purposes. Once we see winners there, we're going to duplicate that and then implement like $100 per day. And then let's say we're getting more purchases, we hit like a 3 ROAS, a 4 ROAS, then we're looking to 5x or 15x that budget specifically, and then implement that to then scale to the next level. And all by doing this is we have a process, and we're not trying to reach entropy by overdoing it, nor do we want to reach entropy by underdoing it. So let me clear this out for you. But 5x to 15x is the range we want to stay at when we're working with ad budgets and we want to scale and duplicate it. So typically, right, $100 per day, so something winning, duplicate it, increase the budget by either 5x or 15x between that range. And then we look at the feedback we get from those results that we're getting. And then we see what's working, what needs to be improved on. And then we keep testing, right? We have the 3 funnel process going constantly, and then we keep innovating at the top of the funnel. So then we have efforts and more purchases when we reach that bottom of the funnel sector. So ultimately, this is the horizontal scaling method to follow. It's simply the ad budget. You want to duplicate it either by 5x, between 5x to 15x, right? That's where you want to spend most of the ad budget. So hopefully that helped you guys out. If you have any questions, just comment down below in this free training, and then just comment some of the feature topics you want me to cover, so then I can create a training module on that. But other than that, I hope this helped you guys out. And like I said, typically, right, looking to spend at minimum $100 per day, and you take it. You can either do, if you're new to running ads, I suggest staying away from manual bid cap and just implementing so have the winners and then scale that. So spend $100 per day, duplicating the ad budget, and then turning that into a CBO and let Facebook optimize for that. And then simply you're just going to duplicate it and either 5 to 15x the ad spend in anywhere in that range, and then look at the results and then track back, do the same thing over and over again, right? So that's typically all I have to give. Like I said, if you have any questions, comment down below. I hope this was helpful for you guys. So further ado, hope you found this valuable, and wish you the best of luck.